Hey, BookTube Sean here. This is just going to be a kind of chatty catch-up, wrap-up, book haul video. 'Cause it's been a few weeks since I've talked to y'all, other than Books in the Freezer TBR, which should have already gone up. I'm not exactly sure what days things are going up. I know the Books in the Freezer readathon TBR is going up Friday, or went up Friday at this point. But I got this video and one other one I'm going to record, and I'm not exactly sure what days they're going to go up. It's just going to be a matter of when I can get them uploaded. You may be seeing this one on Saturday or Sunday, or, whenever you watch my videos. But it may have long gone up on Saturday or Sunday. Yeah, I just wanted to touch base on what I talked about a few weeks ago, and talk about what... kind of do a July, August wrap up. I haven't finished anything in September. I have been in the biggest reading slump. But I think I'm coming out of it. I mentioned that in my Books in the Freezer TBR video, that I think I'm coming out of it. I'm getting my mojo back. I've heard about a few things. I've been looking up a lot of new books that have kind of gotten me excited again. So I kind of really just wanted to read tonight, but I had errands to run, and I needed to record because it's the last time I'm gonna be in the house by myself with time to do it until next Monday. Or, I'm recording this on a Thursday, so Monday would be the next time I have time to myself in the house to record without ignoring my wife for a little while to do it. So anyway. Last video I talked about, or last chat video I talked about just some ideas I had for the channel, and looking for your guys' opinions, and you guys were really great about what I had to say, and basically you guys let me know that whatever content I want to put out, you guys are here for it. And if you're not into into some of the other content, then you just watch the book stuff. It's fine. And no need to change the channel name or anything. I've gotten a lot of great responses, a lot of support from you guys. So I wanted to say thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm still, even just yesterday, I got a comment on the video from Frankie at Frankie Reads. A really nice comment from her. So I really appreciate all the feedback and the support. There will be other content coming. I'm going to talk about some of the other things I'm involved in. I have made that decision. I still don't know how it's going to incorporate into videos. If it's just going to be weekly catch-up videos and maybe timestamp. When I talk about film and TV, or if I talk about cross stitch, if you want to skip around, maybe I'll figure out how to do timestamps and do that. Or it's like I said, I'm still not sure. I think it's going to take more of a just chatty video thing, kind of more like the weekly wrap ups I used to do last year. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, just wanted, because it's been a while, I wanted to catch you up on what I've been reading, what I have finished that you guys don't know about, because I haven't done a wrap up, and I should have, because I got a couple of review books in there that I should have made videos for, and I've just been in such a slumpy mood. I had some personal things going on too that were affecting my mood and my motivation to read and record too. So but I worked through that, and I'm in a better mental space now too. So anyway, like I said, a couple of review books are in there that I should have made videos for, and I just didn't have the motivation to do it. Partially because I didn't care for the books. But I'm going to talk about those because I do want to, let those publishers know that I did read them and so they can see this and hear my thoughts on it, because I'm not going to do separate review videos for it. I just want to cover everything up to now right now. So this video may be a little long. If either of those publishers are watching, apologize for the long intro and the wait to get to it. Maybe hopefully if I've notified you that that I've talked about the books in this video, I've told you about the time stamp of when it happens, because I'll try to make a note of that. Anyway, this is rambly, and I apologize for that, because I'm not don't have a ton of time to edit either, so I probably won't edit much out at all, because I don't like editing anyway. Anyway, so in July, I finished The Power. I didn't grab that, by Naomi. The Power by Naomi Alderman. I read this for the Discord BookTube servers monthly book club. I really enjoyed this book. This is about a future. It's kind of a dystopian novel. It's about a future where women realize a power awakens in women, where there's electrical power that's created from a skein in their bodies. And it is about how different women from different parts of the world use that power and eventually take control of the world over from men. In a nutshell, there's a lot more to the book. I really enjoyed it. I know this book gets kind of mixed reviews, but I think I gave it like 4. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I really enjoyed it. Once I got into it, I couldn't put it down. So now the first book of the review copies that I got read. One was Corpse Paint by David Peake. It's a horror novel from Word Horde Press. This came out in June, I think. This is being advertised as a black metal horror novel, and it is that. A famous black metal artist travels, I forget, to the Ukraine to record a comeback album with another famous black metal band who has land in the studio out there, and this is hopefully going to be his comeback album. And once him and his drummer get out there, he's addicted to he's addicted to drugs, and they don't want drugs on this property, and they are into some occult nihilistic stuff. They worship some dark stuff. It's a short book, so if you do want to read it, I don't want to give too much away. So the Strigoi is his name, the black metal artist. Him and his drummer end up involved in something, and it gets kind of crazy from there. I didn't care for this book. My buddy read this with Stephanie. That's what she read. It just didn't, to me, it didn't go anywhere. And I don't even know. It had things in it that seemed to not have a purpose to be there. There was a chapter from the perspective of a goat. I don't know why. I don't even know what significance the goat even had. It had the potential to do a lot of cool stuff, and I think it just, for me, it missed the mark. And I think, and Stephanie kind of felt the same way. I didn't think you would have to be a huge black metal fan to enjoy the book, but I think apparently you do. I don't mind black. Like I have black metal that I like, but it's not my favorite subgenre of metal. Even the mass subgenres of metal that there are now just blow my mind, because when I was growing up, you had death metal, heavy metal, and hard rock, basically. So and that's where things fell, and even what a genre of metal now that's referred to as hair metal. When I was growing up, it was arena rock or glam rock, but it gets a metal name now. So there wasn't all these subgenres when I was growing up, or at least I wasn't aware of them if there were, and I was into metal. But anyway, that's just my little diatribe of thinking subgenres of music get out of control. But anyway, yeah, and I know James Chatham really liked this book, and he is really into black metal. So, and all the reviews I've read of people who really liked this book are people who are really into black metal. So I guess that is my warning for this book. If you are really into black metal, you will probably enjoy this book. If you aren't that into black metal or really don't know what black metal is, I would veer away from it. But that's Corpse Paint by David Peake. The other book I got read in July was, again, another review copy that I got from NetGalley, not Netflix. Now, the day Netflix starts sending me review copies of stuff, I don't know. Anyway, I got it. I received a copy of it from NetGalley. It's Bad Man by Dathan Auerbach. And again, I was disappointed in this book. This is about a boy who goes missing when he's 3 years old, and 5 years later his brother is still searching for him. And he ends up working at the grocery store where his brother disappeared. And he was the one with his brother when he disappeared from the grocery store. So 5 years later, he finds himself working at that grocery store, still looking for his brother. Again, this is one that had some potential to be good, and to be something I would enjoy, but it just went down so many roads that led nowhere. It seemed like that Dathan Auerbach was creating misdirection for misdirection's sake, and the ultimate end, the ultimate discovery of what happened to the little, the younger brother was unbelievable that it could have been the case, and B, nothing to do with all of the different roads that the author led you down. So a lot of things that got talked about in this book just were left dangling out there and had really nothing to do with the base mystery of the book. I really thought it had, every once in a while I thought there was going to be some sort of supernatural aspect to this, and there never was. I just was highly disappointed in Bad Man by Dathan Auerbach. So, I guess that's my warning. If it sounds like something you would be interested in, definitely check it out. Like, I don't want to ever tell anybody not to read a book, but I didn't dig this one. And if you've got similar tastes to me, you might not dig it either. Anyway, that's the books I read in July. And Corpse Paint and Bad Man were the last two books I read in July. And then I was just staring down this review stack of books, the Flame Tree stack and other ones I had gotten in. And between... What? I'm recording. Stop. Apparently I shouldn't be recording right now. Anyway, I was staring down this stack of review copies, and I had mentioned that, August was going to be mostly review books. What? Come here. This is the one creating all the noise. Say hi, Dewey. I was staring down this stack of review books, and then the last two books, which were review copies, I didn't like. Yes, hi. I didn't care for. And that just sent me into this big slump. Like, I collapsed under the pressure of having all these review copies to read. And then the last couple I read, not caring for, and it just sent me into this 2-month-long slump. And that's where I've been. So in August, I did get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things read in August, but none of them were actual novels. Got 4 graphic novels, a poetry collection, and a play. So the first thing I got read in August was Inside the Wave by Helen Dunsmore, and this was the most recent Costa Book of the Year, I believe. I think it's the most recent one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because the year before was a novel, not a poetry collection. So anyway, Inside the Wave by Helen Dunsmore, poetry collection, and it was fine, but I'm not that into poetry. I read it for, I think, the Read Harder. It was either the Read Harder Challenge or the Women's Challenge, or Reading Women Challenge. I think it was Reading Women Challenge. I think there's a poetry category in that. So I read, but I don't get poetry. I don't know if it's just something in my brain that just. It was fine, but nothing really affected me, and usually that's usually the case when I read poetry. I'm not usually affected by it at all. I think I just don't get it. I'd like to be into poetry. I think some of the wording is beautiful, but it's just not something I get into, and I try, but I don't. So that didn't help the slump. And then I read volumes 1 and 2 of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That was recommended to me by Sam at Sarcasm and Sci-Fi. And I did enjoy those. Those are really cool. I was going to get the all 6 or 7 volumes of it read, but I didn't. I also read The Best We Could Do by Dewey. Again, that was for the Reading Women Challenge. And it ended up filling 4 categories of that for me. And that is a graphic novel about, she's telling the story of her parents, and how they escaped Vietnam and got to America, basically, is what that is. And it was it took me a long time to read, though. It was a very powerful story, and I could only handle about a section at a time. I couldn't just sit down and read it, because it was pretty powerful. I would definitely recommend it. Then I read a play called In-Laws, Outlaws, and Other People Who Should Be Shot, which is the play I'm auditioning for on October 1st. So I wanted to read that to make sure I wanted to audition for it. And it was pretty good. It's not a stellar play. It's not extremely well written or anything, but it's a fun holiday comedy. It's about a family at Christmas and a man who has just robbed a store, and his partner show up at the door and kind of take the family hostage, but they have a hard time keeping the family under control because the family's crazy and bickering, and kind of loses control of the situation a little bit. So it's a comedy in that sense. And there was several laugh out loud moments while I was reading it, and there's a couple of characters I'd be interested in playing. So while it's not extremely well written, our audiences were at the theater I'm doing this at, Ridgedale Players in Troy, Michigan. Our audiences are really gonna like it. Especially, it's just going to be a fun holiday show for them. They're going to laugh their asses off. So, and I haven't done a show in 2 years. I mean, I just did a benefits fundraiser I talked about in another video. But that was just a one night staged reading kind of thing. I haven't done a full show in two years, so it's time I got back. It's time I got back to the stage. And then the last thing I finished was also in August, and it was Herding Cats, the most recent Sarah Scribbles collection, which I really enjoyed because I really enjoy Sarah Anderson's cartoons. So, but that's it. That's what I've read in July and August. I have not finished anything in September. I have started several things. If you look at my Goodreads, I've got, I think, 10 books in the go on there. And there's going to be a few more added. What I'm going to do is I'm basically going to start fresh. I got some things I'm excited about, and so I'm just going to start with those and get my mojo back. But I'm going to leave those other ones up on my Goodreads because in November, December, I want to try and finish things that I have in progress. So, but that's what I've been reading. I've even only gotten a few physical books, so I'm going to go ahead and show those to you. I'm not going to go into a great detail on them because one of them is pretty two of them are kind of self-explanatory, and one of them I read the description of in the Books in the Freezer TBR video. So if you want more of a description on it, check out that video. But I picked up The Ghost Bride by Vangezizu Chu. I can pronounce the last name. And this is about a woman who agrees to be what's called a ghost bride for a deceased Japanese man. I read the entire back in the Books in the Freezer Readathon TBR. But Stephanie, That's What She Read, recommended it for the readathon, and I loved the description of it. And Carla's Book Bits had commented that she really enjoyed it. So with those two opinions that both of whom are people whose opinions I highly respect, that just sold me on it. So I think I ordered it that day. I also got Frankenstein, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the Word Cloud Classics edition of that. I don't think that needs any description as to what it is. And just the other day, I had pre-ordered this. I actually had meant to cancel the pre-order, but then I forgot, and just because I didn't want to spend the money right then. But I am really interested in the book. It says To Obama with Love, Joy, Anger, and Hope. And this is a book about, I guess, what Obama did for 8 years. And please, no political arguments for or against Obama. That's not what my channel's about. Okay, any comments like that will be deleted. But this is about, I guess, for his 8 years in office, the presidents get thousands of letters a day to deliver, sent to them at the White House, and every night he asked for 10 letters to be handed to him, and he would read and personally respond to 10 letters every day for his entire 8 years in office. And so this is a book about his practice of doing that and showing some of the letters and how he responded to. And I just thought it sounded really interesting, to kind of see what people were writing to him and just read about that. So that I once I learned about that book, I pre-ordered it. So anyway, that is it, and it ends. I thought I was going to go really long, which I kind of did, but most of you are used to 25-minute videos from me because I ramble. And you got to see a cute cat too. So, but that's it. That's the catch up from the past couple months, and also touching on the last video I did, the channel chat. So yeah, that's it. Thank you to all my subscribers. But actually, before I end this, I do want to say I am going to have another haul video coming. I went to the library today, and I have this stack of library books sitting right here. So as soon as I get done with this, as raw as my voice is getting, because I haven't used it in a long time, I am going to film a library haul too, because I got these. Some of these are some of the books I was talking about that I'm kind of excited about, and hopefully he's going to help pull me out of my slump. It's like I said, I can feel it happening. I'm coming out of it. Anyway, thank you to all my subscribers. I really appreciate you, especially my subscriber count has grown in the few weeks I haven't been posting videos. So thank you all. Welcome new subscribers. Everybody who's been with me since the beginning, I really appreciate every single one of you. This is your first time viewing one of my videos. Sorry you had to sit through a lot of business to get to the books. Hopefully you stuck through it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you stick around. I'm happy to have you here. If you did like the video and you do want to stick around and see more from me, hit the subscribe button so you know when I post new videos. And I'll see you all in the next one.